picture, I noticed you had a good head of hair. That's probably the reason why I didn't recognize you.
Thanks.
You know, well, it goes, dog. You still got more hair than I got.
Yeah. Well,
what are you crying about, man? You still got coverage.
I'm crying because you're mean, not because of my hair.
It's a little V in the front. It's getting a little V.
Yeah, I got this terrible haircut. I went and got this haircut.
Can I introduce the thing first?
Well, let me finish the story about the haircut. I went and got the haircut, and I said to this woman, I said,
well, there's your first mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I know, and I don't even want to get into that, but I know what you're saying.
You got a haircut, you got your hair styled.
I went to a barber.
No, you didn't. You went to a woman.
I went to a barber. Let me tell the story.
Right.
I went to a barber, and there was like a line of like 5 guys in front of me, and the woman comes out. She walks over to an empty chair, and the guy points to me and goes, "You're next." And I was like, "Oh, but all these guys are ahead of me." And they go, "Oh no, you just go ahead. We're waiting for them." And I should have known at that moment.
When there was 13 people waiting for the guy, and you was.
So I sit down at the chair and I go.
You think it was because you were being treated special?
No, I thought maybe I thought some good luck, maybe. So I sit down in the chair and I go, okay, so just take a little. And it had been like 5 weeks, so my hair was
take a little off the forehead.
Said take a little off the side. Take 2 or 3 on the sides. Don't take so much off the top. I don't have a lot up there, so I don't want a lot to go. So she must have misunderstood me because she went hard in all the spots that I'm thinning. So now it's like when it first came out, it was like these big tufts of hair and then this like divots. It's starting to level out.
I thought she was giving you the golf green look back over here.
I don't know who golf green is.
You know, like when you're golfing and you're green and you got like that would be the hole. Like I thought I was supposed to put a flag in your head.
Hey, you're watching, listening, whatever you're doing to it, in traffic with Neil Rubenstein. I'm Neil Rubenstein. My guests today are Adam Gabel and Gary Garcia. We're trying to avoid traffic.
We've been pretty successful.
We've been all right. We've been a little spot early when these guys were napping, but we're going to Wiley's in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. It's a long way.
I was completely knocked out.
Yeah, I was a little asleep. But for the record, we were invited to Doe's because.
Yeah. Why? You think I'm trying to make you feel bad?
Nah,
no.
I couldn't keep my eyes open.
No, it's all
we
good.
only had an hour of sleep because fucking Adam insisted we sniff an 8-ball last night before we showed up. Nah, I'm joking, man.
Should have sniffed that 8-ball this morning.
Adam doesn't sniff cocaine.
Oh.
Although
I just
knows it would be a good habit to have.
I just don't have any. Not a rule. It's just a situation.
So Adam you were telling me about the time you met Todd Glass or Todd Barry.
Todd Barry, yeah. Well, there's not much to say about Todd Barry. I met Todd Barry backstage at the They Might Be Giants concert in like 2003, and he was like, "Hi," and I said, "Hi."
Oh, that's a much less interesting story than
I didn't
setting up the camera and everything.
I didn't preview it as though it was a good story.
So you guys have been road dogging it for a while now, right? You guys have been like touring together?
Yeah, Gary and I have been working touring together for like on and off for 2 years.
2?
Jeez.
Yeah, 2016. It was the first time we went to Altoona. It was 2016.
Why do you make it seem longer with you? I feel like it's been so much longer. I feel like we've been traveling together for years and years. That's usually just in one trip. But yeah, only 2 years.
Yeah, well, because we didn't meet until the end of 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't been doing comedy for as long as I thought.
Nah, but you certainly make it seem like it's forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that. Because you were like, oh, I remember you said you remember meeting me, and it was like when you were first starting out. Yeah. But like, I don't feel like I've been doing comedy that long.
But we've been going at it for at least 5 years, right? I'm not bugging on that.
I've been going at it 4.5 years.
I think you're bugging on that.
I think you're bugging on that. But you always have problems with time. You never know when anything actually happens.
It's because time is a man-made concept.
That's right, man.
And I am woke.
Let's get into it.
You know what I'm saying, man? Time has no hold on me, dude. Look at this face.
Are you sure your kids are the age that you think your kids are?
I'm looking at their face and it looks like time has a hold on you.
Yeah, man. Like 1970, baby. Got a hold let me go.
Are you're born and raised Queens?
Yeah.
So that'll age you. You might be like 25.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm 48, dog.
48 years old. Let's do
Not old,
48
but I'm
years
not
old.
young. I just don't feel like an adult. I don't know, like, what age that happens. I guess it's when you stop taking Molly. It's hard to be an adult when you're still tripping on Molly.
Are you right now tripping on Molly?
No, I'm actually. I've been on very little stimulants the last 6 days.
Did you bring Molly with you for this trip?
Nah, I wish. That'd been dope. I never did a set on Molly, but I feel like it would just end up with me rubbing my nipples.
Do you want to hit up one of our dudes in Dayton and see if we get the hook up before we?
Yeah, is that a rhetorical question? Are you saying we can get Molly out in Dayton?
Yeah, Ohio
bet.
is like the center of the drug culture.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because there's
How did
nothing
I
else to
not know
do.
that?
Brian's always talking about that.
Really?
Yeah.
We were just in Indiana, like right on the border of Kentucky and Ohio, and there ain't nothing to do there. It's all drugs.
Yeah.
I did DMT in Indiana. I was out here last time. That was pretty dope.
What's DMT?
Oh, this is great.
I forgot.
I like
what
a
the technical-
tunnel in a mountain.
Yeah, we're about to go into the
Oh, that's right.
tunnel
I
in
remember
the
going
middle
through
of the
Blue
mountain. Yeah, Blue
That's
Mountain.
right. I went through this way last time when I was
Yeah.
with Amanda.
Amanda.
Every time I go into a tunnel like this, I feel like I'm.
Oh, that's cool. Look how cool it looks on the screen.
It looks like Sylvester Stallone movie. What's that one? Daylight.
Sylvester Stallone.
Backdraft?
Yeah, no, yeah, the one in the tunnel.
Skyscraper?
No.
Backdraft.
No, not Backdraft.
Daylight.
Daylight. That's what.
Skyscraper.
Is that the one that gets flooded?
Yeah, that's the one that gets flooded.
Well, that can't happen here. We can only get avalanched.
It looks like there's another tunnel coming up.
Yeah, I think there
there's a
is. I
couple.
think there's
This
a
is
couple.
In a row, I never saw that.
Yeah, no, this is called the something mountains. I forgot. But
It's
if
the
you
Blue
look-
Mountain. Yeah.
No, each one has a name, but they call the group of them something.
Oh.
The
That one's called-
Heroes Pass.
Is it the?
Heroes Pass.
Oh, really?
No, I have
it says it
no
on the thing.
idea.
I would like to get a hero.
I would have no idea.
What's this?
This
It's
kitty,
a
Kitty
titty.
Titty.
Kitty Titty
It's
Mountain.
Kitty Titty Mountain.
Kitty
kitty,
Titty.
titty.
Kitty Titty Mountain.
But I forgot what this is called. The something mountain.
Heroes Pass.
Heroes Pass.
This is the Heroes Pass. Look, I'm not
That's
a very,
crazy though. They blew
not a very-
holes in this fucking mountain
Yeah.
and fucking just made like a room.
Yo, how many people
Like,
died
man don't
building
give
this?
a shit.
How many people died building
Man will
this?
just come and like build shit, just like fuck you. We're gonna blow a hole through this shit. We're gonna drive cars through it. Fuck you, stone. Big stony mountain.
I'm trying to see what's on the other end. I'm dying to see what.
You know what's on the other end?
What?
Another mountain
Another
and a whole lot of road.
Yo, do you really feel like time is a construct? Do you really like one of those guys?
Oh yeah, no, time is definitely well that's the thing. See, when you do DMT and you see fucking years of shit, like you just see years of shit going on, and then you come out of it and you're like, how long was I gone? And they're like, 13 minutes. Then you realize that time really is a thing of like, we're constrained by it, but once you go beyond like the spiritual, time has no, like no, it's
I like the way instead of thinking.
that I was just tripping.
Yeah, like
No, because I've
like,
tripped
You can't
on
say
a
that.
lot of things all my
Time-
life, so I'm totally aware of like,
You come up with this concocted
being
idea.
aware.
Time is not a construct. DMT is a construct.
Nah, man.
DMT is man-made.
no, it isn't. What are you talking about? DMT is a natural chemical in every living creature. It's what causes you to dream. It's not man-made at all.
Do you believe in the afterlife?
Yeah.
Are you a religious person or no? Spiritual,
Not
you're spiritual,
religious.
right?
Don't like to use the word spiritual because it usually sounds loony. But I mean, I believe in God. I believe all religions have truth. But then, they also have like lies, which just make it a real good lie. So I don't really believe in religion, although I do believe there is truth in all religions.
And you believe in afterlife?
Yeah, I believe in afterlife. I don't necessarily believe it in the form of
Heaven or hell?
like man, like we walk around like men.
Right.
I really don't
Oh,
know
so you
whether-
like soul lives on, spirit lives on.
spiritual,
Yeah.
I think our spirits go back personally to God. I think we are like little bits At least that's what I saw on my spiritual journey.
Is that like, okay, is it like the faith that's most deeply rooted in? Is that like Catholicism or Christianity, like that kind of a God, or is it?
Well, I mean, I was raised Catholic. I was born again Christian. Probably, I guess I would still be considered that if you would look at the religion.
You can't unborn yourself.
Yeah, but but I don't know, man. I feel like people got it wrong.
What do you mean?
As far as like when it comes to God and like heaven, and yeah, I don't know about heaven and hell and all that stuff. You know, but I definitely believe in God. I believe that when we pass, at least from the things I've seen in my DMT travels,
Jesus Christ,
is that when we pass, we go back to being whole again with God, which is an energy or spirit or whatever, but it's not like arms and legs type shit.
Are you religious, Adam?
No, not particularly. I'm culturally Jewish, but I'm not.
Right. He's not a practicing Jew. He's
not
a professional.
A practicing Jew.
He doesn't have to practice.
I'm a professional Jew. Exactly. I'm a professional Jew, which is why I'm trying to tell jokes for a living.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
I mean, yeah, I always say that I don't believe that we are meant to understand. I think it's fairly small-minded to think that whatever is going on here is
we can comprehend.
Yeah. I don't not believe in the afterlife. I mean,
well, that's because you're not woke.
I never claimed to be woke.
No, I know you're afraid to get woke.
Oh,
you don't want to be woken up, man. People in the dark don't like too much light. You don't want those shades opened up.
I don't understand why this has to be like a character flaw.
You don't want the realization that everything is bullshit. You know, that's actually one of the biggest like beefs that people have when they do DMT is they feel like they've learned too much.
Is this like a commercial for DMT?
Nah, I just kind of like it.
Do you have a DMT selling company on the side we don't know about?
Yeah, it's not legal yet, but when it does, GDMT. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be a nice little spot, couple of chairs.
Did you guys
serve coffee?
Did you guys become friends because of comedy or because of your voices?
Nah, comedy. I actually met him. We were in a contest together.
Yeah, we were in a contest.
What contest?
The Broadway Comedy Club, Ron Heron.
Oh.
Contest.
Oh, I'm gonna bleep out his name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it was. I thought about not saying it, but I said, fuck it. I give credit where it's due.
Yeah, that's true.
So you guys met at a contest?
Yeah, we actually met through that motherfucker.
There were 2 rounds. I did really well the first round. Gary did pretty darn good the first round, and then crushed it hard on the second round.
I thought I kind of crushed it on both rounds.
Yeah, but you always said that at least.
Apparently they did too, because I won that bitch. I don't like to rub it in his face, but every now and then, just on the side. Just a little bit on the side.
I only said it that way because you and Lisa always told me. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, it's the truth. I thought it was gonna be you. I thought it was gonna be Brian Vallone, you, and what's his name again? Tony, yeah.
Tony Tone?
Tony Tudor.
Tony Tudor, man.
Who's that?
Awesome writer, but just
fell off somewhere?
Yeah, just insane in his brain, and sometimes that takes over. But an awesome comedy writer, my God.
Yeah, great jokes.
Brother used to send me, inbox me 20 a day. Not even short ones, long shits. I'd be like, I know he doesn't expect me to read this stuff. I don't understand that. How am I going to read all that stuff, man? I don't even write my own shit.
You feel like people think it's a character flaw that you're not religious or spiritual?
No.
Just Gary. You just feel
I think his character flaws go beyond that.
I have plenty of character flaws, but I don't think anyone's ever accused me of. I mean, it's funny. I have conversations with my father. My father is I wouldn't say he's staunchly religious, but he grew up Orthodox and he practices like a sort of a middle of the road kind of conservative Jew. And even he was sort of I don't necessarily believe this stuff. I remember one time I asked him some question about something that happened in the Bible, in the Old Testament, and he was like, I was like asking for an explanation of how it made sense, and he was like, "You gotta remember, this isn't really real."
He said that.
Yeah, it's basically what he said. I mean, different kind of words, but I mean, the implication was like the spirit of the text is what we're focusing on, and not necessarily the reality of the events.
The spirit, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question was, I think what I said to him was, so Joshua is walking by the city of Jericho. Okay.
Right.
They need to get through the other side of Jericho.
Right.
They can't get through Jericho.
Right.
So they go to God. What do we do? And God tells Joshua, walk around the city 7 times and the walls will fall down.
Just, yeah.
How come they didn't just go to the other side of the walls and then keep going?
Yeah, right?
What do you mean?
Because if
They
you
were
walk
trying
around,
to get through. They were trying to get past.
It was a circular wall.
Right. So they're trying to get to the other side of the city, and they're walking around the wall. Why didn't they just walk halfway
They want
around
to
the
get
wall?
in the city.
No, they just wanted to get to the other side of the city.
Nah, I think they wanted some of their fucking bagels and lox and shit. I think they were hungry. They were like, yo, they're not letting us in the city. We could easily go around it, but wouldn't it be better if we came in and took some of their shit?
Yeah, well, I asked my father.
I mean, isn't that what y'all do?
well, was Jericho like a heathen city? Or
Yeah,
some
was
sort
he
of,
gave me, so that's what happened, was like he gave me an explanation. He was like, well, they needed this, X, Y, and Z or whatever. And then he goes, and you gotta remember, it's not real. Like, that was the point of what he said. Was
I like that thought, though. It's the spirit of the text. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the context. It's the
Right.
whatever the other word is.
Words, baby.
Yeah, like the idea behind it. The lessons behind the
show
story.
thyself approved, man. Study to show thyself approved.
And I mean, yeah,
I didn't study. I got a GED.
GEDMT.
G stands for Gary.
A stands for ecstasy.
Every day.
Every day.
Gary every day.
Gary every day. It's my GED. Gary every day.
Yeah, man. I still don't believe that was the picture you showed me, dude. I'm just like, even your hair was a different color.
Well, I got another picture that I can show later. I'm not going to do it now because we're on the thing, and you'll see how that was when I look on the thing.
We're on the thing.
We're on the thing. I don't want to have a separate conversation. About
That's you guys. You guys is the thing.
We're the thing.
The fans out there and in traffic land.
Let's see what the fan thinks.
You got an Emmy?
I have an Emmy.
How's that?
It's all right.
What you're for lighting design?
Yeah, I used to work for this company called the Lighting Design Group. They were a broadcast lighting company out of Manhattan, and I did a lot of work for them at a variety of different networks.
That's still your thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
lighting.
that's still what I do. The pay is better than comedy.
Yeah.
So, and you don't have to bring 6 friends. I'm just kidding. That's
It's not a joke. Go ahead. Sad reality.
And well, every show is every show you got to bring people to, because otherwise
It's a draw. You're
got to be the draw.
Yeah, because you stop doing bringers,
And you start,
and then you're nothing until you're drawing.
Yeah.
So just think of it like that. Like,
yeah.
you're not asking 6 friends. You're drawing 6 fans.
So, I did a variety of things for them. I worked for CNN for them for a long time. I worked for
Rachel Maddow. Did you work for Rachel?
No,
Maddow?
I never did anything at MSNBC, although they did have a contract.
Oh, CNN.
Yeah, CNN.
Did you ever meet Anderson Cooper?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Did you ever have sexual relations?
I never had sexual relations with anyone related to work.
I'm not gay.
Okay.
I might be
I'm
gay.
glad you said that, but I ain't gotta ask.
But I would definitely get it. I would definitely get down with Anderson Cooper. You could get it
Anderson
for sure.
Cooper.
Yeah, handsome. That is a handsome gentleman.
Isn't that Anderson Cooper? Who's his mother?
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Gloria Vanderbilt. That's right. He wrote.
She could get it too.
He wrote a book about her. It's called "Things My Mother Said" or something like that. and I thought it should have been called I Thought That Bitch Was Dead, because I thought Gloria Vanderbilt died a long time ago. I couldn't believe anything I was hearing.
Are you working out bits on my podcast
I
right now?
literally thought that when I heard it. I was sitting with my brother. I was like, that bitch is still alive?
Yeah, she's alive.
That's what he said. And I said, man, I thought that bitch was dead. And he goes, that would be a better title.
Fair enough.
That's exactly how it went down.
So you're working on CNN.
But I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't bring him up. I don't even remember his name anymore. It's Anderson Cooper. I remember now. He's not that good looking. Doesn't he have like the white hair? Yeah. And he's young?
Yeah.
Well, he's not young.
Well,
I mean, he's 50, I think.
Yeah, it's young for...
Yeah, I mean, he's younger than Flitzer.
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
Can you finish this story?
Oh, about what?
So you're working at CNN.
Oh, yeah, so I worked at CNN, and because it was a company, and we did a lot of other stuff. I did Sunday Night Football for a while, and I went to the Olympics in Vancouver, and then I went to the Olympics in London. In Vancouver, I had a sweet gig. I was the daytime lighting director for Al Michaels show. So I did work with Al Michaels, met some cool people.
Al Michaels, he's the...
Do you believe in miracles?
Yeah, he's not the guy who... Who's the guy who was biting the girls' butts?
Oh, that's Marv Albert.
Marv Albert, yeah.
Marv Albert way predates any work that I did in television. And
that was the start of the Me Too movement.
Yeah, well, I guess it was like Me Too movement, old school.
Yeah.
The OG, or sort of, yeah, maybe the OG, the original grabber.
We're not making light of it. It's a very interesting story, the Marv Albert thing. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Marv Albert.
Yeah.
He was a little freak, wasn't he?
Yeah, well,
he liked to wear like women's.
He was wearing
women's.
He would wear a woman's clothes and then like bite the woman.
Oh, he was a biter. I think that's really what messed him up. And I don't think the whole women's clothes thing turned the chicks off. He had the money, but the biting is kind of where you draw the line.
I mean, depends who you are. So you work with Al Michaels, the Olympics. Are you just bragging now, or did you win an Emmy for the Olympics?
I did win an Emmy for the Olympics.
Okay.
I was part of...
I took a picture
They
with
have
it,
it's a technical team studio, so I was part of the team for the studio. I mean, it was not mine. The Emmy is mine. It says Adam Gabel, lighting director, but the whole...
in the box, man. That's a panty dropper.
They were
Put that right on your tape.
It's a whole group, everyone involved.
So, yeah, they were like... The Emmy for lighting on a set.
It was the technical team studio, so it was like everything that
goes to the technical team.
Right. Yes.
And then everyone who wants one ponies up $2,200 and gets a fucking Grammy.
So the question becomes, how many light bulbs do you have to screw in?
It was $300?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more expensive than that.
How many light bulbs do I have to screw in? No.
To get an Emmy.
I mean, do you want
it's not just screwing them in. It's the how you dim them.
You don't even screw them in. These light bulbs don't even screw in.
How do they get in? You just pop them in?
They got a pin. And you're like, some of them push and twist.
Well, twist. Didn't I say twist?
You said screw.
Twist, screw. Okay.
That's
right.
Most of them just pop in, but that's not what the award is for. The award is for the design and the expertise
it's for making
and the execution.
Pink when it's supposed to be pink.
Exactly.
But to know that it's supposed to be pink.
There's a lot.
The award is to know for knowing.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be pink. Like me and you get behind there, we're like, blue's cool.
Yeah.
I can see blue.
Yeah,
but he's like
different.
He's like yellow. He's like the sun's casting like a yellowy hue. He's like, this looks
takes
like
that lighting shit very seriously. You'll see. We can't go nowhere with this lighting without him just like getting deep in it. Or they fucked
So
up.
can you tell colors by numbers?
Yeah. In the spectrum.
Like
you can.
Yeah,
you
right.
mean like? Well, what do you mean by like? What kind of numbers you mean?
Like
Like color is the number 6.
Yeah.
No, I can't tell colors by numbers.
You can't tell color.
No, I thought you meant something else.
No, the Pantone. I'm talking about Pantone.
Pantones.
You can tell by that, right?
What?
Pantones or like whatever it's called. I don't know the fucking words.
Pantones
I'm not an Emmy Award winning
Pantones
lighting
are
guy.
a lot of different colors. It's actually
What were you talking about? What did you mean?
We don't use Pantones, though, right?
No, I never. No,
It's
I don't.
more of a design color thing.
I don't know anything about Pantones.
Can you tell me what you were talking about?
I was talking about a gel book. It's a different
Yeah,
stuff.
gel book, right?
Yes, I
right.
can tell the numbers by a gel
Thank
book.
you.
Yes, I know what all
What's
that
a jail book?
Gel book. It's like
Oh,
colored.
you're in a jail book.
Colored.
He's in a gel book.
A gel book.
Gel book, colored filter, so I know all those numbers.
Yeah, I did hear jail.
Did you ever been in prison, Gary?
I've never been to prison. I've been in jail.
You've been arrested a couple times?
A few times, stupid shit.
Weed? Weed,
Yeah,
back when weed was a
possession.
drug?
Possession. Once got an intent to sell that didn't stick. And basically just possession. I got a clean record. All my arrests were
Expunged?
before 16. And anything
really?
after 16 was eventually
Expunged to
dropped.
ACODs?
No, I dropped. I just never accepted the plea deals. If you don't accept the plea deals and you're not in real trouble, they just let you go.
Yeah.
You know, all my shit was always like stupid shit. Just
You ever been
possession.
arrested, Adam?
No, I ain't even like. I've come.
You born and raised in Queens also?
Me, I'm from Brooklyn. I mean, I was
Born and raised in Brooklyn?
I was born actually in New England, but we moved to Brooklyn when I was 4. And both of my parents are from Brooklyn, so I've been living in Brooklyn most of my life. I lived in Manhattan for a little while, Queens a little while, but pretty much Brooklyn. Park Slope. I grew up in Park Slope. Back before it was.
Before it was Park Slope?
Before it was Park Slope.
Before it had a name?
Well, it had a name, but it was a lot smaller. The rent was a lot cheaper, and there wasn't. Yeah, now I live in Windsor Terrace, which is the next neighborhood.
White neighborhood out there.
Yo, so we're getting off the train and,
Today?
Yeah, we're going because we crashed at my house for a while. Yeah, and Gary goes, "What did you say? Is this?"
I said, is this a white neighborhood or should I put my Puerto Rican on?
And I go, "There is a lot of diversity in this neighborhood, so yes, it's a white
Yeah,
neighborhood."
basically. I was able to keep my Puerto Rican under my hat. I didn't have to flaunt it. It's not the kind of neighborhood, though. I realized this morning when I was in front of your house with my hoodie on that I'd probably want to stand at 4 o'clock in the morning with a hoodie on in front of houses.
Yeah, I mean it's alright. There's a lot. It's still a pretty.
Dangerous. Felt like I was doing something a little dangerous.
Nah. Oh, that's a cool house. Not weird. Sorry to all you people in watching the podcast who will never know what that is.
You know what I always bug on, man? Like, look at all this space.
Yeah.
You know, like, why is everybody all on top of each other?
Because everyone's all on top of each other.
Why?
No, because that's where you want to be. You want to be where everyone else is.
Yeah.
No one lives here because no one wants to live here.
Right. That's why there's all this space.
Yeah, but I
There's
feel
all
like
this-
if everyone just spread out, eventually you'd be near somebody. And then you could, like, make those apartments a little bigger in the city.
Yeah, but the people
Price.
that are willing to drive an hour, 2 hours to work already live 2 hours from the city. You don't want to drive.
Yeah, but now we're not talking about those people. We're talking about all the people that are crunched up in, like, the cities and, like, you know, the neighborhoods. Like, why aren't they spread out?
You want to get crazy? They can't afford it. The society is set up in such a fashion that
Yeah.
if you're unless you're rich or born into rich, you can't get rich.
Well, I mean, America's still the place you could paint some eyeballs on a rock and make $1 million. But,
Dude, no.
But it's not as easy
can't.
as it used to be. No, you can. I mean,
The
if you
upward
did it-
mobility, the upward mobility in America is dead. You can get lucky.
Yeah.
You can be 1 in a million
Yeah.
that sells their pet rock with eyes on it,
Yeah.
or gets a
Creates
basketball
stupid shit.
scholarship,
Yeah.
or gets a Grammy for lighting design. You could get lucky, but that didn't make
getting
him.
an Emmy for lighting design ain't
That didn't make you a millionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's not gonna do it. You know,
just got hit with a crazy rock from that truck.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, but you know, like you could get lucky and luck into some shit. Like one of us could become a famous comedian,
that's gonna be me.
but it's so rare. It's so few and far between.
We're just waiting for that to happen.
Upward mobility in America is dead, 100% dead, and it's getting worse. And we're accepting that it's getting worse, and we're fine with it because the carrot on the stick of internet fame or whatever else is so glorious.
Yeah.
Because they're making it even easier. They're making the people that do get famous, they're making them do even less to get famous.
Yeah,
So
they're
everyone
doing
thinks
too
that they
much.
can get famous without any work or any effort. So no one's trying to be creative. No one's even putting forth the effort to get famous anymore. We're just like, oh, it'll come to me. Someone will do a reality show about the Chick-fil-A I work at.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, that would be it.
I think they got legs.
Yeah. Sell it.
But no, it's true. But then again, there are those people.
There aren't those people, man. It's two people.
Look at Bieber, man.
Yeah, look at Bieber, right? Okay, so how many Biebers are there?
On YouTube.
There's two Biebers. There's Bieber and there's Ariana Grande.
And now you got, what's his name? Tacky 6ix9ine or whatever the fuck that kid is.
All right.
Making money off.
He's making money. Okay.
He's horrible. Whatever.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I don't know. What are these young kids listening to nowadays? I don't know.
All right, so there's, okay.
I mean, you can do it, but you're right. If you look at the numbers.
Okay, so you can do it.
If you look at the numbers, it's not favorable to your average person.
No.
You kind of have to be like either a huge dick or...
have a huge dick.
Huge dicks don't become famous either anymore.
Not anymore, dude. They don't even show dudes' faces in porn anymore.
Porn, and you can't get paid for porn. People know it's paying for porn.
Yeah, nowadays, like, houses...
Yeah, how do these companies operate?
It's still... Well, I mean, they are very forward in the tech as far as, like, internet shit goes. They're, like, the leaders in creating shit. Like, the companies and shit like that. So I know they get a lot of money from that. But I don't know exactly what they do. Although I do know we would not be able to send videos to our family, saying happy birthday to kids when you're not there if it wasn't for someone wanting to see people fuck.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
They like the stream.
Yeah, they have to figure out compression and they have to figure out streering.
Yeah, they do.
For their stuff, and we were like, oh, that can be applied to non-porn.
Yeah, that can be applied to anything. Oh shit, it's pretty cool. When you think outside the box, no pun intended.
Sounded like you intended that pun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes so natural sometimes. That's why I'm gonna be a legend.
I don't think that's why you're gonna be a legend. I'm not saying I don't think you're gonna be a legend. I don't think that's why you're gonna be a legend.
Puns.
Yeah, I don't think
Gary the Pun Man Garcia.
Gary the Pun Man.
Live tonight in the Vegas room. You do voiceover acting at all? Neither of you?
I've done a whatchamacallit, like a little
You did a commercial for whatchamacallit?
No.
Yeah.
I did
I've eaten a whatchamacallit.
I did something for a web series. I forgot the name of it though.
What? You're talking about the voiceover or acting?
For a web series.
Yeah, I keep wanting to get into it, but I just can't come back together and do it. I mean, if somebody was like, here you go, walk into this place and read this stuff, I would go, sure. But it requires a lot more energy, and I'm just not interested in focusing.
Go ahead.
I had a good time last year when we were doing those news to me. I really wanted that to keep.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
I had a really good time with that. I mean,
He just does it himself now. I guess
Yeah.
it was too hard to wrangle people that didn't want to be wrangled.
Right. It was a good time.
I feel like he casted too wide of a net and then kind of gave up and I'm just doing it myself. Where he probably could have gotten 2 or 3 people to commit to a daily or weekly routine.
I did it the whole time we did it. I did it at least 4 days a week every week. So 6 weeks I did 4 days a week. Some weeks I did 5 days a week. But I think he just felt like it was becoming too much. Like, I mean, I understand.
I understand.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. It was just like forced me to sit down and do some of that stuff every day for half an hour or an hour. Just put some jokes together.
You think that kind of stuff makes you a better joke writer of your own stuff?
100%.
Yeah?
100%. I mean, even though I don't do topical humor, but there's a good way, there's a good focus on... I mean, for one thing, it's just subjects. Like, you look at different subjects. Hey, here's another subject that I never would have thought about, except I read this article. But also being able to make, some things that are a little bit more topical to include into the act is good. It makes, and just any opportunity to write a joke about a specific thing. Yeah, I become such a douchebag when I started that. start talking about writing.
No, I love that. I could talk about writing, joke construction, and
My sister sent me a text message earlier in the week. She goes, "What do you call a chef that's really a jerk?" So I responded, of course, I wrote back, Gordon Ramsay, right? Because I have to be an asshole. I know that's not what she means. And she goes, "And a moose booshtag."
oh, like douchebag
Like
with the
douchebag,
letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I responded. I guess I just, I didn't really like the joke.
Yeah,
It's just a
joke.
story. It's not a good joke. It's just a story that popped into my head, which I guess was more interesting to me at the time. But then I called back a joke from when we were 15, and she had no meaning of it. It's just a racist last minute.
I'm logging on. How come I'm getting so many texts right now? But people know it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like, why would they think I'm up?
You are up.
You're
am
up.
but normally I'm not. Normally I'm sleeping till a good 1.
But you already
12:30. You do
posted
that a
on
lot.
Facebook. You already fucking posted on Instagram. So
Sometimes
people know
I'll
you're
wake
up.
up to take a shit, and while I'm on the bowl, I'll like post something real quick or like a bunch of stuff. You do that a lot. You call me early in the morning.
I called you once, and you said it.
You texted me a bunch of times.
I text you a bunch in the morning because I text because otherwise I
You're
called
an
you
early bird.
once and you
You
said
are an early bird, actually. That was the only problem. The only time we had a fight ever on the road was because he woke me up early on a day we did not have to be up early.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
And then it made me feel bad because I screamed on him. I'm like, dude, we never get to rest. This is the only time we get to rest. I lost it. What happened? What are you showing me?
I'm showing you what I wrote down. I'd like being friends with Gary because if we weren't friends, he probably would have kicked my ass by now. And if I'm going to be honest, Gary's a really good friend of mine, but there was at least one time when people had to hold him back. Let's just say this. If you ever share a room with Gary and you wake up before your alarm, make sure you turn it off before you leave the room.
That's not even the thing. The thing is, this motherfucker sets an alarm, right? We don't have to be up early, but he still sets an alarm.
I wanted to get breakfast.
Then he puts it on snooze like 3 times. I'm like, how are you gonna... Don't put the alarm. Just wake up when you want to get up. No, but then I lost it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was rude. And then I went back to... I said, no, I'm not falling back to sleep. I'm just gonna take a shower. Took a shower, came back out and fell asleep. And then of course I wake up and this motherfucker bought me breakfast from the breakfast place because he knew I was gonna miss it. But really it's just to make me feel like shit because he knew I was gonna feel like shit afterwards. I wake up and I'm like, oh, word dog, you got me eggs and sausage. Now I feel like a dick.
That was exactly it.
I know that little what do they call that? Passive aggressive way of fighting, man.
Yeah.
I was married. I
Yeah.
heard that shit where even though that's a lie because she was very aggressive.
She was aggressive. I like Gordon Ramsay, man.
She was very
Oh, you like Gordon
Yeah, I
Ramsay?
really like him. I watch all his things. I take his master class.
Oh, really?
I watch all his shows. The only shows I don't like are like the ones where he like goes and fixes places, like Hotel Nightmares and Restaurant.
Isn't that all of what he does?
No, because most of what he does is like cooking instruction.
I see.
So like he'll do like Master Chef, where it's like a cooking competition, and he like is a judge and a mentor. And he'll do Hell's Kitchen, where it's a cooking competition, and he's the judge and the mentor. And yeah, man, I'm into that. And then there's a show, The F Word, where it's like a talk show with like a cooking segment.
I see.
And then also he does like YouTube tutorials and a masterclass. Like he seems to really enjoy teaching how to cook, and I enjoy learning how to cook, and I enjoy listening to him.
I really enjoy, you mean that he gets very angry and yells at people?
No, he yells. Yeah, he yells, but it's for the show. Hell's Kitchen, it's for the show. Master Chef, he occasionally is rude, but he's usually a pretty good guy. And yo, they do things. He does things. Him and Aaron Sanchez. I think the other guy Joe does it too, but him and Aaron Sanchez on a couple of occasions, they'll cut a guy from Master Chef or a girl from Master Chef, and they'll be like, you know, today's your last day, but this isn't the end of your journey. I'm gonna pay for culinary school for you, and you're gonna come work for me in the summer, or like things of that nature. And they do like once or twice a season. They'll do that to somebody, where it's like a kid, a 17-year-old kid, a MasterChef Junior, is talking about how his parents can't afford to send him to culinary school, so that's what he's going to use the prize money for. And he gets cut with like 4 weeks left, and he's like, and they're like, all right, we're sending you to culinary school. You know, or like a 24-year-old lady is like quit her job to be on MasterChef and like ends up losing with 3 weeks to go, and they're like, all right, you're gonna just come work for me now. Like when you get home, you know, tell your parents you love them and pack a bag and meet me in New Orleans.
And you'll never see them again.
Yeah, we're gonna Willy Wonka you in the Trugger River.
Willy Wonka you. That's great. I like the random conversion of certain nouns into verbs. Willy Wonka, like.
Yeah. I love these little fabricated towns, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's cool when they're like right on the side of the highway and it looks like there's no roads. There's just a bunch of houses on grass. I like that. And it's like only here. You only get that in like rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah, coal country. Did you ever drive by Altoona?
I've driven in. I've performed in Altoona.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cool. Did you ever see the Altoona railroad? You know the Altoona curve?
Oh yeah, well it's like that. It looks like the coal trail track from Indiana Jones 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so the railroad makes like a 180-degree turn. It's the tightest turn. What is this? This is cool. This is like weird.
Oh, now we're going through an alternate dimension.
Yeah, Altoona's a fun place to play. I think I've done it like 4.
I fucks with Altoona.
Yeah.
You ever been to Latrobe?
Where's Latrobe?
It's near Altoona. It's
like a
like
club.
it's in like that area, that Pennsylvania, like kind of Pittsburgh, kind of Altoona area. And it's weird because it used to be coal country or whatever,
Right.
and then that went out of business. But then there's brewing there, so there was still like life and industry. So then tech came in.
Oh, nice.
Because it was already like a real place. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they had to start from scratch or anything. So there's breweries and then there's tech. So it's like, it feels like rural Pennsylvania, but it's like liberal and intelligent, and no one smokes.
No one smokes?
No one smokes.
I don't know.
It's very...
No one smokes what? Cigarettes, or no one smokes anything?
You know, I'm sure they do weed, because weed is a progressive thing. But no one smokes cigarettes because
What about
cigarettes...
crack? Are we smoking crack out there?
I'm sure someone smokes crack, but I think they kick them to the next town up.
It's like being in a dry town. No one wants to be in a dry town.
Well, I like being in a dry town. Well, not a dry town. I like to be in a smoke-free town. But yeah, Latrobe was just weird because like you felt like you were amongst rednecks, and it looked like you were amongst rednecks. But then you would make like a redneck joke or some non-woke reference, and people would be like, and you'd be like, "Oh, you guys are woke."
You guys actually know shit.
Yeah, it's like Dan Lamourte's joke. I'm far too liberal to look this racist.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
But that's like a Brooklyn thing. They all look like...
Well, I mean, Dan was born in Brooklyn, but he's from Jersey. I mean, he's
It's like a racist thing.
Yeah.
Why you on that dude's grill just now, dog? You got beef?
I was just looking.
Adam's turning into Mr. Steal Your Chick. He's sitting there scoping him down like, yo, dude, what's that lady doing?
Mr. Steal Your Chick. That sounds like a guy who owns a laundromat.
Mr. Steal Your Bitch, man.
You married, right?
Steal Your Chick. My wife and I are separated.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
But you guys live together still?
Nope.
Oh.
We moved out a couple months ago.
Very separated.
Couple months ago.
Yeah, back in March.
Still
Wow.
fresh.
She has the kids?
Yeah, I live about a couple blocks away from the kids. So I see.
Oh. sorry to. Did she break up with you because of comedy?
We split up for a variety of reasons.
Mostly comedy.
Mostly comedy.
I think the answer is we probably would have split up regardless.
Sacrifice.
It's like a variety show.
Sacrifice.
A variety show is mostly a comedy show.
Yeah.
But there's like one musical number,
Yo,
and maybe like the host isn't funny.
doing comedy and being married is hard to do, man. It's hard to date and do comedy. Marriage is a whole other.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of things that were wrong. I mean, I don't want to bring that
marriage
up.
is sucky even without the comedy. You got to put up with mad shit. Once you put a career in that shit, it's tough. It's a tough game, man. Comedy it's a lonely game, man. It's lonely.
I think a lot of the stuff that makes me want to be a comic is the reason why I was not a good husband. Not good for marriage. How about that? Because I like.
I'm surprised he found someone to marry him.
Yeah, me too. I was found that might be the other thing about it.
You know,
I was so surprised.
and he brought two beautiful children into this world.
I did bring two beautiful children.
Luckily, they look like the mother.
Yeah, I mean they both kind of look like me too. That's the nice thing about mixing different kinds of heritage.
You keep telling yourself that you got good-looking kids, dude. They look nothing like you. But their character,
Gee, you're a
character
dick.
problem,
You're a
you know,
dick.
and that's what matters, dude. The character, you know, what good is good-looking kids if they're hard as shit, you know, and you put in there a good heart.
We have like a boy and a girl, or
I have two girls.
two girls. They both sound like you.
Nah.
It's hard to make babies when you.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. It would
Hey,
be
Dad.
It's hard to make boys.
Hey, Dad, I had my first period today.
Oh God, please don't say that.
Hey, Dad.
Have you dealt with that yet?
No, Maddie is 10.
10.
10.
Hey, Dad, I like this boy
Girls
in
are great,
school.
man. My daughter was dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Still
lot.
is.
How is
My
your
daughter's
is your daughter's
28.
the older one?
Yeah, 28. She was fucking great. My son is dope too, but he acts like he grew up in a different fucking house.
Altoona, we can go to
Altoona, we're
Altoona.
driving by Altoona.
Altoona, I fucks with Altoona.
I fucks with Altoona.
Man,
You guys ever heard the comedian Ali Sadiq?
The name sounds familiar.
it sounds familiar to me too.
He's got a joke where he says, "I fucks with cranberries," and it's the funniest fucking thing in the world when you hear him say, "I fucks with cranberries."
I fucks with cranberries too, man.
I fucks with cranberries. It's the funniest.
They add a little twang to the smoothie.
They do. They're good. I fucks with cranberries too, but it's just so funny to hear
I
him say it.
can't eat no fruit, but I can drink the shit out of
I
it.
don't like cranberries.
Like bananas are gross, but they do make a smoothie. Bananas and pineapples and strawberries, that's like the key.
Bananas are disgusting.
Oh, they're gross, man. This banana eating motherfucker right here, man.
I love
Putting them
bananas.
shits down.
I eat a lot of bananas.
You look like you eat a lot of bananas.
He
Yeah.
does, man.
I feel like you think
Makes
that that's an
banana
insult.
bukkake.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, you look jaundiced.
I have plenty of Billy Rubin in my blood.
Billy Rubin. Who's
Yeah.
that? Is he a comic? He's a
Open biker. you
He's
know.
a comic. He does the
Yeah.
Catskills. I'm opening tonight for Billy Rubin. All right. Wrap this up. Where we at? Yeah, we got plenty of time. Hey, thank you for watching this. What is possibly a nightmare.
It's a little road trip.
I'm concerned with the audio when I mix it down for the audio podcast. Because you guys, I don't know if like
So far, I'm sure
picked you
better
guys
get
up
a
because
little-
yeah, you're way in the
I'm
back
way in
and
the
you're
back
both
and I have low,
like the brown sound.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Low
All right. Well,
in theory.
if you liked it, hit like and subscribe, and
And if
come
you didn't,
see any of
you
us
both
live.
blame Adam.
I'll put links to everybody's Instagram and stuff. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.